How you doing, guys? I can imagine how the Pimos are feeling right about now, especially finding out that they'll be going back to the Kingdom Halls. I know how I would feel. As a matter of fact, I think it was about 2012, 2013. The waking up process was not all at once. It was a little bit slow, but it picked up as time went along. I started noticing that I just didn't like what people were saying, and I was disagreeing a whole lot of what they were saying. The fading from the meetings came a little bit after. The problem with this was you had to make excuses week after week after week. Oh, I got to work or some bullshit like that while you weren't at each meeting. And with that, you'd always get a visit. As time went on, you had to make more elaborate excuses. You had to make excuses. You just didn't want to go for the whole month. The thing is, going to the meetings when you're starting to wake up is very, very stressful. Trying to lead a normal life as one of Jehovah's Witnesses was very stressful, because juggling the two at the same time was very difficult, because the thing is, they spotted at the hall that something's not quite right. Then you just don't care. See, I noticed my last few months in, when I was dropping truth bombs, at that point in time, I just didn't care. And when I found out that I was going to be disfellowshipped, and I knew I was going to be, the relief, the stress that was just lifted, it was like, great. And every so often you get that elder visit to feel you out whether you wanted to come back or not, but it's like, no, don't want to come back. And it was just felt so relieving. Now you can lead a normal life. In my case, I could start living like I used to. But looking at what happened, because I just found out this past week that the Jehovah's Witnesses will be going back to the Kingdom Halls. Yay, yay. But I was wondering exactly, because I got a few messages from a few Pimos this week that they're not too happy about it. The only thing I can say, now's the time to make your escape. Fade, fade, fade. Because the thing is, once you get back into that loop, you know the depression you're going to go through. And I can imagine the kids are going through the same thing as well, the JW kids. Because now that they haven't been going to the meetings for the last, how long has it been, 2 years now? Maybe longer, maybe less, I don't know. They probably felt much like the Pimos. It was probably the first time in their lives they could be kids without having to worry about going to the meetings. Then, of course, you get your diehards that are, oh, yay, we get to go back to the meetings. You're wrong, brother. We love the spiritual bullshit at the Kingdom Hall. I'm sure you do. Yeah, they're going to be happy about it. But what about the average Joe Blow Jehovah's Witness? Those that come and go, that really aren't so diehard. They believe it, but they don't live by it day by day by day. Now that they've been away for all this time, let's face it, they were watching the Zoom meetings, that's fine. They all get dressed up in their ties and their suit to sit in front of a screen. But as the weeks progressed, how many of them actually just said, the hell with dressing up, and you actually had a couple sitting there in their underwear scratching their balls during the service meeting? And after a while, as the weeks go by, they get kind of used to it. And then they start missing the Zoom meetings, and they kind of breathe a little bit easier. The thing is, one thing watchtower knows. The one thing that keeps people indoctrinated is the constant repetition. Now, for the last year, 2 years, however long it's been, Jehovah's Witnesses, although they've been studying their material, they haven't had that constant bombardment of bullshit. You remember how it was? 5 meetings a week, the circuit assembly, the district assembly, the special one-day assembly, and you get this constant bombardment. Now, the thing is, as years go by, let's face it, either one of two things happens. Either you are totally brain dead and totally succumb to it, and you are now a human zombie, believing everything, but your brain is turned off, so you just roll with the punches, or they squeeze you right out of the hall, like has happened to all of us out here. But with the current state, I would really like to know what is really going on in the heads of Jehovah's Witnesses as we speak. Are you really looking forward to going back to the meetings? Or did you enjoy your newfound freedom you've had for the last couple of years? I mean, think about it. Nothing's going to change. You're going to have those 5 meetings a week. You're going to be sitting by your cots like this, playing on your devices, going through the same old bullshit again. I mean, I was out for a year. And when I would sneak out for a smoke, I was still looking around to see if anybody was around. And here I was a friggin' senior citizen. People, is this the way you want to live your lives? Worrying about being spotted by other JWs? No. You've enjoyed your newfound freedom, and many of you probably will start fading. And I'm sure over this past 2 years, many of you have woken up. Unfortunately, there are still going to be those few that are still going to be zombified and go back to the meetings just like they were some years ago. But guys, if you've enjoyed your freedom, take advantage of it. Get the hell out. If you're a PMO, start fading. Get the hell out, because nothing is going to change. I was quite surprised this happened, because I really thought that this was their step forward into an online religion. But maybe it's about what you guys were doing that kind of altered that. Because maybe you people weren't online with Watchtower or the org as much as they would like. And then the org was like saying, they're not ready yet because you wanted your freedom. Guys, if you want your freedom, get the hell out of that organization. Stop buying their bullshit, because that's all it is bullshit. If you're awake, get out. If you're not awake, slap yourself in the head and start waking up. Coffee. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I have today. I will talk to you during the week. You guys have a good day.